So I just had an HOA try to shut my business down over a sign. And I wish I was exaggerating, but I am not. And I am going to explain exactly what happened and why I just can't let this go. So we have been using these A-frame signs for many, many years, but not consistently. And that's on me. And because I know they work, I bought two brand new signs. I got them from Mike Carmody, Fresh Rinse Media. You can check him out. Anyway, they came in last week and I dropped them off at the yard. So when you've got employees and you're wanting to implement new things, right? Maybe a new process, or in this case, putting signs out at every single job, sometimes just telling them once is not enough. So I like to remind these guys a couple times, right? Hit them with a quick text in the morning, just to, say, hey, don't forget, put those signs front, rear, trailer, truck, every single job, right? So like a good boy, Mac sent me a couple pictures from the first job after he got them set up, right? They look great, absolute perfection, beautiful signs. And there's a couple reasons why I wanted to start doing this again. The primary reason, of course, is advertising, right? Potential customers, they drive by, they see a truck, they see a trailer in the road, then they see a big sign. They can clearly see what service that we are providing, and then they can scan the QR code and
Are you saying POW?
they get taken directly to my website, to InstaQuote, powered by Quote IQ. And the beauty is the customer sees all of your services when they hit that page, right? So they can upsell themselves, they can pick what they want, enter some basic info, and then they get a super fast estimate right then, and they're able to schedule it there too. So that's why I wanted to do it, right? And we absolutely kill with InstaQuote because speed to the lead is everything. The first company that gets back to the customer 99% of the time gets the job. And if you need a CRM to help manage your business and you want to try InstaQuote for yourself, you can try it out for free at myquoteiq.com. The second reason is safety, right? We still throw out all of our safety cones like you saw in the picture. And these signs, they are big, they are bold, they are bright, basically screaming, get off your phone, don't hit my trailer, right? So dual purpose, sales and safety.
Why does he keep doing that?
So anyway, I'm leaving the neighborhood yesterday and I pass Mac and he has everything set up. He's working, signs look great, everything's perfect. I honk, I wave, I go about my day, right? Had a couple things I needed to take care of, went to go pick up my daughter. I needed to stop at Tractor Supply to grab some duck food. And next to Tractor Supply is the meat market. So I stopped by there because the ducks aren't going to be the only thing that has a phenomenal meal. So I grabbed a couple fillets for the family. And then as I'm driving back, I get a text from Mac. And the text message said, did you come by and take my signs down? Because they were both down and in the front yard. And I just text back, nope. He replies back, weird. And then I say, yeah, it really pisses me off, actually. And then from Mac, he goes, trust me, I was livid when I saw it too, but I had to check with you first. And, good on him. He double checked, maybe because that would be something the owner of a company would do. And I said that I would love to know who did it. Then a couple minutes later, he replies back, well, you're in luck. And he said, some lady came by and said she was head of the AOC and said that we aren't allowed to do that. And I said exactly what anybody that knows me who watches my videos would think that I would say, and that was, fuck her. So now I am pissed off. I am hot. And at first, before he told me who it was, I kind of thought maybe it was a competitor. But I also thought probably not. That might be crazy because I've got a great relationship with most of the legit guys in town. Now, there are a couple new guys that popped up. And I know that meth is a hell of a drug. So you never know. Maybe they decided to do something crazy. And if you're thinking about starting a pressure washing business or leveling up your skills, How to Wash 2 shows you exactly what to do and why. From chemicals to equipment, residential to commercial, it's half price right now. Hit the link below. As it turns out, it was the representative from the HOA. Now, she took our signs down not just once, but twice. He put them back up, and then she came back and put them back down again. You were working, you put the signs up front and the back, you had all your safety cones up. Tell me what happened.
So I was working in the back of the house, and then I come back around to the front of the house, and both my signs were folded up and put in the front yard. And so I texted Mike asking him if he did it or anything, just because he had drove by earlier, and he said no. And so I was kind of mad at first.
You put them back up.
I put them back up, and then as I was working on the front, a lady stopped, and I thought she was going to ask for, like, what all we do and everything, but then she told me that she's the head of the HOA and said that it's a violation for us to put out these signs and we can't do it, and she's the one that had put them in the front yard and stuff, and so she already gave the customer a notice as well.
Yeah, so she gave our customer HOA violation notice. Now, this is a position with the HOA that goes around and they basically police violations, right? And the lady who had previously held this role, she retired recently. So I had not met the new person. So I reach out to the property manager to get her contact information. And then I gave her a call. Went straight to voicemail. I leave a voicemail letting her know my name, my phone number, that I'm a resident of the community, and I would appreciate a call back. So I was waiting for the call back. So then a little bit later, I get a text message from her, and she was saying that she was in a meeting and that she would call later. So I just replied with the pic that Mac had sent me earlier that day at the same house where she took down the same signs twice. And then she hits me with this: cannot advertise in Southbridge. Sorry. And I reply, after double checking on all the covenants just to make sure I was in the right, I said, the signs are on a public road. The covenants state that signs on lots or homes need approval. Then she replies back, no approval will be given. Sorry. Now, this made me laugh, and I felt the need to clarify to her. So I write back, just to be clear, I was not requesting approval. The point was the sign was on a public road, not a lot or a home. Now, I push send and I send it away. And then I said that before removing the signs from the public roads yourself, next time, please call Chatham County Police and they can come and tell my employee to remove them, because the HOA has no jurisdiction on public roads. We have signage on our trailers. We've got signage on our trucks, as does every other contractor that does business in the neighborhood. And this is advertising as well. You're going to tell them that they can't drive in here? Her response: I will have the HOA attorney contact you, to which I hearted. And I said, perfect, have them call me. So here's the deal. I was on the HOA board for 3 years, and I know the rules inside and out, right? I helped write a lot of them. And things like you can't park a boat in your driveway for an extended amount of time. You can't have an RV there. You can't have political signs in your yard. You can't leave your lawn looking like crap. And yes, the covenants say no signs on a lot or a house without approval. Hell, we even have really strict signs on what the realtor signs have to look like. They have to be a certain color. They have to have the certain background color, certain text color. And it is what it is. But that is not what we're talking about here. This is not a gated community, right? These are public streets. These are public streets that are maintained by the county, not the HOA. And so unless she is a sheriff, she doesn't get to touch any of my shit, right?
Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here.
Not up.
So that's where I was, right? A little bit hot, a little bit heated. Sent her a couple text messages and was going to wait for the attorney to call. Anyway, a few hours later, she calls me. And we had a great, polite, very nice conversation. Wonderful lady. And I made it very clear that we're going to continue putting up those signs at the front and the rear of our trailers every time that we're working in this neighborhood. Then I told her that, and I reiterated this because I'd already texted it to her, that if she's got a problem, that she should just call the police. And here's the thing, right? We all know what is going to happen if that happens. The cops, if they even show up, they're going to take one look, they're going to laugh their asses off, and they're going to just say, hey, sorry to bother you. And I'm sorry that their time will be wasted. But again, we're not breaking any laws. We're doing everything by the book. Then I made one more simple request, and that was, do not ever touch our signs ever again, because that is, in fact, our property on a public road. That's no different than touching our pressure washer or getting inside one of the trucks and moving it, right? Not your property, not your job. Stay in your lane. Now, I was polite. After all, I am a Southern gentleman, but I was also very firm. And I am going to stand by everything that I stated unless I'm told otherwise by the law. And she ain't the law.
I am the law!
I also told her that if she had any concerns, like I just mentioned, she could have the HOA attorney give me a ring. We would have a nice little talk, but she said she wasn't going to involve the lawyer. She was just going to go ahead and discuss it with the board, which is fine, right? And I didn't say any of what I'm about to tell you to her because she's doing her job, right? She is trying her best. She's new in this role as well. And I want her to enforce the rules, right? The legitimate rules, because I hate driving through my neighborhood and seeing shutters that have been off for a year, right? I hate seeing houses in disrepair. I hate seeing yards that look like crap because people are either too lazy to maintain them or too cheap to hire someone to help them. I chose to live in a community with an HOA and the guidelines that go along with that. And I am good with that. Hell, when I was on the board, I helped write some of them and even amend some to be even stricter. But just so we're all clear here, I don't care about their little board meetings to discuss my signs. I don't care about whether or not the attorney wants to call me because I know the law and I know the HOA covenants and the bylaws, and I will defend my business every time someone tries to overstep their bounds. And I hope that you do the same. Do not get pushed around and do not do this in a hostile way. I will not be like that, but in a smart, legal, and confident way, right? This is my business. This is my livelihood. This is how we make a portion of our income. And I will always fight to protect that. So please let it be known. Don't fuck with me. So that's it for that video. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. And that's it. Peace.